Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The moment we all been waiting for. Okay. This is the box. This is usually how everything comes packaged. They usually include a postcard of some sort. The postcard tends to be different with whatever you purchase. And then in the back, you get like a little message. This one just says Happy Holidays, Merit. Their postcards are always so beautiful. This one has like a foiled gold in merit. I don't know if the light is going to pick that up, but do you see that? Stunning. I keep these, by the way. And I'm gonna keep the box that this comes in because it is one of those boxes, like its shape, very useful. Look how stunning. First of all, the color matches with most of any decor, but it's like a book. Isn't that cute? I have the one from last holiday that was like a square and it was like a terracotta kind of shade. But how stunning is this box? Just trying to make sure. And then on the back, you have a list of all the products that are in here. On the bottom, it says winter 2023. I love that they put that on the bottom just because if you're gonna keep this box like as a keepsake, like I'm gonna do, then you would know like when it was created. I think that, I don't know, I personally like that. So on the inside, you get these amazing best-selling products. So we have a mini we have a mini glow skin serum. This is their great skin serum. You guys know that I love this. I have the full-size version of this, and the first time I tried this serum was actually in this size. This thing lasted like a month for me because since I have combination oily skin, I only need one pump of this. So this lasted me a really long time. Package is sturdy. As a matter of fact, when I run out of this one, I'm gonna keep the vessel and I'm going to just see if I can refill it with my big one for if I have to travel or whatnot. Next product in here is a miniature mascara. You guys see me use mine often. This came with, I don't know what kind of set I got, and this little one came in it. It's still going strong, so I'm not gonna open this one because, you know, clean beauty doesn't last as long. So when you open something, you gotta use it up all the way. So since I already have it, I'll just be using the one that I've been using. Also, we have the brow gel. This one is in the color neutral. This is the clear one. I have one already open, so I'm just gonna save that one. This is just the clear gel. They have, I think, like 3 shades of this. They have like a black, a brown, and a clear. I'm hoping they expand the range because I think that this is a really good brow gel. The moment we've all been waiting for. The brand new Solo Shadow in the color Glaze. Of course, the packaging is stunning. Let me open this. I love that it clicks open and shut, by the way. This is a shimmery shadow, the first of its kind. And I don't know if the consistency is gonna be the same as the others. So let's go ahead and swatch it. No, this is actually very creamy. Very creamy and glossy as advertised. So here's the finger swatch. And then let's go ahead and swatch that on the back of my hand. So as you can see, it's like this glossy shade. It's a true shimmer. I'm going to do a second, like layer it just for purposes. It's a very gloomy today, so the light isn't the best, but I'm gonna layer it. It's a different consistency. It is not like a matte. Feels more of a satin finish when it dries down, but it is like a true champagne, but I feel like it has, instead of a gold undertone, it's like a pink undertone, which is gonna complement most skin tones. I am going to do two things. I'm gonna apply this alone to one eye, and then I'm gonna layer it on top of a shadow, whether that be, I think I'm gonna use Studio on the other eye, and layer this on top just for science, just so that you guys can see. And then the last and final product in here that I think we were all super excited about, and I thought this was an eyeliner, but no, it is a lip liner. It comes in this gorgeous gold packaging, and it has the Merit logo right in the center. Is this, oh my gosh, it is mechanical. It's a mechanical pencil, so you just twist it up and down, and you don't need a sharpener. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Okay, I'm gonna swatch this right next to the shadow. So this already is super interesting. Look at this color. It is a true nude eyeliner, but this is not matte. This is glossy. It is a glossy lip liner. I have never owned a glossy lip liner. It's a sheer lip liner. Honestly, this is like a first in my collection. I mean, you guys see that? It's definitely shiny. So we're gonna see how all of this wears, because I'm gonna demo it for you guys. And then of course, later on in the month, I will update you on my overall thoughts, as I usually do. So I've already prepped my face. I used my Merit complexion stick in the color Linen, and I used my Merit bronzer in the color Clay. This is an amazing bronzer. It is a little balmy. I would have preferred for this to be more of a satin, just because of my skin type, but it has a very like balmy natural finish where my skin does soak it up. So I do like the product. I naturally gravitate towards satin finish products. That's just me. Okay, also, if you want to see a video just layering the new shade on top of the 3 Merit shadows that I have a Studio, Social, and Viper. So if you want to see how this layers over all 3 of them, leave me a comment down below, and I will upload a video just showing you the eye look with each one of these shades and the new one as a topper. All right, for blush, I'm torn here. So I am between using my Merit blush in Apres. I'm thinking something a little bit more bold, because I feel like the eye look and the lip look are gonna be very subtle. So I'm between Apres and Persimmon, which is like a true pumpkin spice shade. But actually I'll do one on each side just so that we can see what they're gonna look like, right? Like, that's the point of doing videos like this. All right, I'm gonna go in first with Persimmon on this side. And if you haven't tried the blushes, do know that they have a dewy finish, not super tacky, but they're not gonna set down. You can set them down with powder. I usually set them down except for in the winter time, because I find that my skin is drier in the winter time, and so I don't need to set it because my skin will soak it up. Now, if you're pounding this on, like you're building it up significantly, then you're probably gonna have to set it if you have combination oily skin, because I feel like your hair may stick to it. I hope they come out with like a version of this that are satin finish, you know, like the Westman Atelier baby cheeks. So we're gonna put a pre on this side. I'm just wiping my brush on a microfiber towel, and then I'm just going to go over it on this side. So if you're just gonna use the new shade as an eyeshadow, then obviously like these pungy blush colors I think would go best. But if you're going to be layering it over like a more dramatic color like Viper, then obviously a more subtle blush, maybe Fox is one that I think it's like a mid-tone nude brown. It's a crowd pleaser for sure. All right, let's move on to eyes. For this eye, I'm just gonna use my finger and swipe it all over the lid. So I just wanna let you know, the swatch that I did on the back of my hand, it's gonna set down to the same soft matte finish that the rest of the solo shadows have, in case you guys were wondering. It definitely feels much glossier and wet. I think that's the best word. Wet. It feels more wet upon application, but once it dries down, it's going to dry down with the same kind of finish as the other solo shadows. All right, now for the other eye, I said I was gonna use Studio. This one is like my perfect foundation shade. So if you use the color Linen, then this would be like your perfect nude shade. I'm gonna swatch it, of course. And if you go on the Merit website, according to whatever foundation you are, it will tell you which of the neutral corresponding shades would be your natural everyday go-to color. So I'm gonna apply this with my finger all over my lid on this side, and then I will top it off with glaze. Now the good thing about these neutral shades is you don't have to be careful unless you're using something like very dark like Viper, which is the green one. Then, you know, obviously we would need to use a brush because it's strong. It's very strong. I'm gonna give this a couple minutes just to, well, a couple seconds just to set before I go over it with the new shade. Okay, that has set. I'm going to layer this color over it. So I'm just using tapping motions to layer this. Wow, that's pretty. It's really, really pretty. So it kind of just gives any subtle shadow a little oomph. It gives it like a satin, barely there, shimmery effect, you know, true merit style. This is not gonna be like, you can build it up, but it's not really designed. It's a clean beauty brand, that clean girl look. So with this, you have options. You can either make it as sparkly as you want, or you can make it as subtle as you would like. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see the color a little bit better on my eyes. Okay, so here we have just the shade alone, and you can see it's very subtle. Now, for example, if I go in with, I feel like I applied 2 layers on this side. Let's go ahead and go in with like a 3rd layer. I think that it's going to be extra champagne-y and sparkly. Yeah, definitely. So you do have the option to build this up as much as you want. And with this one though, I find that even though it's set, I was able to go in with a 3rd layer just because of its emollients in the jar. And, you know, layer it on just fine. I don't find that I can do that with the other ones. Once they set, if you try to go over it with like a 3rd layer or a 2nd layer, it'll start to pull up the original color. So I'm gonna build the swatch up on the back of my hand because I really want you guys to be able to see this color. It's a beautiful, it's a very beautiful holiday one and done sparkly shadow with an it's like a champagne with a rose gold undertone. Like the light is gonna catch it ever so slightly. All right, now let's move on to brows. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this brow gel. And although it's like this milky white consistency, it does not leave your brows white at all. It is a true clear brow gel. It does give you a natural hold without making your brows crunchy or stiff. But it does keep them in place. Next, I'm gonna go in with some mascara and then we'll move on to lips. So here is mascara, top and bottom lashes. As you can see, you can't really tell much of a difference from eye. This one I feel like is just more champagne color, and this one's a little bit more muted because this is the one where we used Studio as the base and Glacé as a topper, which by the way, it's pronounced glacé. I just realized it had like a little hyphen over the E because I'm blind, so wonderful. It is pronounced glacé. I prefer it, like I'm looking at both of these, I prefer it alone just because I don't feel like this makes much of a difference, but I feel like I would love to see it with my other 2 shadows, so I may do that video. Okay. This stunning lip liner, which I think is probably the most unique product in this entire set. So we are going to line the lips. Oh yeah, this is a glossy lip liner. I mean, who would have thought? So there it is, lined. And we're gonna do this 2 ways. So we can apply it all over the lips. Yeah, it's like a lipstick almost. But it has a glossy feeling. Feels like obviously like what I've been saying, a glossy lip liner. This is definitely unique. It's setting though, it's setting. So once it sets, it definitely becomes a little bit more satiny, but it's still dewy. It's definitely still dewy. Very interesting. So if you just want to wear the lip liner on its own, you can do that. If you want to layer it, which I have the color Slip here, so let's go ahead and just put that on top. You can do that as well. Now let's just wear this with lip liner and a lipstick over it and try it that way. And then I also have my Shade Slick in Falcon, so we can see how that looks as well. I just love that this is mechanical. I just can't tell you how excited that makes me. Okay, so let's go ahead and line the lips again. For being a glossy lip liner, I find this to be quite pigmented. Anybody else? Because technically something glossy is supposed to be sheer, but it is pigmented. I feel like they did such a great job. So let's try it on with Falcon first. This is one of their Shade Slicks. I have a slight obsession with this particular Shade Slick. Is it because we're in the fall season? Absolutely. Who are we trying to kid here? But I find that when I put Falcon on top, you can't really see the lip liner anymore. It overpowers definitely the lip liner. So let's try this with lipstick in the color Baby. This is more of a muted pink. And we're gonna go in with Baby. This is my favorite nude shade. It's my most used shade. So yeah, definitely if you go in with a lighter color, you're still gonna be able to see that lip liner for sure. But now I wanna try this with one of their jellies or gelées. I'm gonna use Mapleton. So I believe in the commercial, they use the Shade Slick in the color Bel Air, which is like their clear Shade Slick that has like gold sparkles. I'm gonna go in with Mapleton. This is a gelée, not a Shade Slick, for those of you who are wondering. This is exactly what it says it is. It's like a gel-like consistency. And this is the color Mapleton, so let's just go over it. I don't have Bel Air in this Shade Slick. I really like the gelées, so I'm just going to, yeah. So I think that if you have their gelées or you have that color Bel Air, or you have a very light lipstick like Baby or maybe even Millennial, I feel like that would be the only way that this particular liner would really shine through. Honestly, I would like to wear this on its own, but if I am gonna pair it with anything, it would definitely be with Mapleton, just because I like for the color to show. Although I am slightly obsessed with Falcon, this definitely overpowers it. So it's kind of like, what's the point of wearing this if you're not going to be able to see it when applied with this particular color? So you guys tell me, you know, which side you like best. Remember that on this side, I applied the blush in Persimmon over here. And then over here, I applied Apres. I personally like Apres with this kind of look because it's a much more of a pungent color than Persimmon. It just shows off a little bit more, but that's just me. And I did apply mascara to the top and bottom lashes, so here's another close-up of the color. I'm thoroughly impressed with these products. I think it was a beautiful way for Merit to launch 2 brand new products in a very classy and exciting way, because let's face it, all of the other products in the set are existing products. So These 3 products are existing products. These are the 2 new products. I think that at the end of the day, we all love holiday sets. So for them to put together this really cute, festive set, I think was brilliant on their part. I've never added to cart quicker. I just want you to know. When I saw, it's just the whole thing, like the packaging, the colors that they picked. It is festive, it is very holiday, but at the same time, you can take these 2 colors season to season. Does that make sense? Like, you can use this all year round. And so I'm first impressions, I love it. Of course, I will do a future video letting you know how I feel about these 2 products. I am absolutely over the moon that this is a mechanical pencil, and I just want you to know the feel of this pencil. It feels luxurious. It's a little weighty, and the turning mechanism is very smooth. Like, it turns very smoothly. It doesn't get stuck. The pencil rolls up and down very smoothly as well. This is a really, and I almost dropped it. This is a really classy looking product. Like, I feel like if I put this in my purse, people would probably think it's like some fancy pen, okay? Because that's exactly what it looks like. All right, leave me a comment down below. What do you guys think? What are your overall thoughts? Did you pick up this set? I just want to know, because I think that this is like a really, really awesome Christmas gift for that person in your life that maybe doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but I feel like these are essential products. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling so I can upload this video. And totally unrelated, but fragrance of the day is going to be Torn by Henry Rose. This is a sweet fall scent. Kind of gives me ambery vibes, but it's just like, if you like Char, you would like Torn. I feel like Torn is the sweeter version of Char. All right, that completes this video. Seriously. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.